Rijkaard. Cafu. Here's Cannavaro. Engages and forces him off the ball. Cruyff. Maradona. Rijkaard. Nicely aimed pass. Beckham. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Santos clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And he's forced to go back. Beckenbauer. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Hazard. Messi. And here's Maradona. That's a shade optimistic. And that has been clubbed away. Well, that pass isn't the best. Messi. Can he get it through? Now, can they get him away? That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Messi. Oh, that is a smashing piece of defending from him.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
He's gone for goal!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
Rijkaard just eases him off the ball. Messi. Messi! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Messi with the short one. Oh, well played, well played. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Beckham. And it's Maradona. Maradona going face-to-face with his great rival. And it's Messi. Messi wins the duel this time. Oh, he's onto this. It's Inzaghi! Superb by Inzaghi! About as smooth as it gets. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Galatasaray have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Howson. Camavinga. And the pass is intercepted. Beckenbauer. Ball played for Rijkaard. Santos looking to pass their way through. Now it's Mbappe. Hazard. Well, nicely intercepted. Back to the keeper it goes.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
Please make sure to watch the screen for an information bulletin from the regional police department.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running.
Well, when you say Brazilian fullback, there's only one man, isn't there?
I've been a couple, Jim, haven't there? But I guess you mean Roberto Carlos.
I do, and probably the first of the current crop of fullbacks who played as a withdrawn winger.
He's had some wow moments along the way.
He excels.
Now it's Cruyff. Roberto Carlos. Rijkaard. Baresi. Zanetti. Rijkaard. That is good alertness. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Beckenbauer. Beckham. Knocks it into space. Driving through. Oh, shooting chance! Marvellous goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and
that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom, and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just, Jim, seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just the supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
The Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
Van Dijk. Oh, he's been caught on it here! And the shot! Goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored.
And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.
Senhoras e senhores, informamos que vocês podem ouvir a transmissão ao vivo da partida de hoje na Rádio FM do nosso clube.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And as you can see, we've already started here. Well, it's a formation, this, Jim, with a packed midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, Peter. You know, combative without the ball, expansive with it. It's a system that's naturally going to ask an awful lot from your central striker, but also for anyone positioned out wide. You're the key supply route, and at the same time, the defensive cover. So, effectively, you're the lungs and legs of the team.
Now it's Maradona. Robertson wins the duel this time. And they can counter here. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
Beckham, and it's Messi. Now it's Maradona. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Messi. Santos controlling the possession in this early phase. Cannavaro. He's in a great position here. Martinez! Shin to shin, bicep, and Martinez! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Martinez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Beckenbauer cuts out the pass. Santos still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Alexander-Arnold. Beckham. Messi. And here's Cruyff. Cruyff will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Alexander-Arnold. It's a pretty loose pass. Can he get it through? Argentina upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
And he's intervened well there. Van Dijk. And Fernandes. And it's Robertson. Now, can they get him away? And this is Messi. Rijkaard. Mbappe. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And it's Alexander-Arnold. It's a goal kick. Cafu. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Rijkaard. For Messi. Maradona, a player who needs no introduction. Well, anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. That's good running with the ball. Cruyff. There's no flag. Mbappe shoots! Goal! Santos! And Santos take the lead. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Santos have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Messi.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Back and... Oh, what a mistake! He's got away. Martinez. And we've reached half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another, and we know it's an awful long way back.
Santos leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. So off we go once more. Santos carrying a one-goal lead. Looking to play him in. Hakimi. Cross to the back post. Messi! Oh, within an inch or two.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
Goes long and straight. Cannavaro cuts it out. And it's Messi. Tries to play it through. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Little pass back. Costa Curta. The defender is not giving up on this. Beckenbauer. Now it's Cruyff. Fernandez gets a good foot in there. Messi. He's had a shot! Akanji gets it away. Beckenbauer gets across to intercept that. Mbappe. And this is Cruyff. De Bruyne plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Santos just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Looking for options for movement. Hazard.
Argentina really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And Martinez! They've scored! They have come roaring back!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Rijkaard. That has been cut short. Mbappe. Cafu. Beckenbauer. Messi. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Nicely weighted ball. He's in a good position here. And they're quick to get it back. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Hazard in acres of space out wide. Chance, surely! Good movement there, but not the best of finishes.
Well, the hold-up play as that move was being constructed was important for the runners, and more really should have been made of it.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 11.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Entran número 17. Número 7. Se está realizando un cambio.
Robertson tries to pass it through.
Argentina really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Beckham. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Rijkaard. Now it's Mbappe. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, Red, nice interception. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Santos clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. Oh, well played. Costa Curta.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's
Messi! He's got away with one there.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
This is it then, now or never. Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. Santos have been handed a game-changing chance. Dealing with the pressure. Goal! Santos! Not a twitch, not a blink.
A picture of confidence. That was never missing.
Santos take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, it's the type of call that can't be given if there's even the slightest doubt. It had to be spot on.
Se agregarán 3 minutos al tiempo reglamentario.
Roberto Baggio. Well, that looks a decent ball. Costa Curta.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
No luck with that dink over the top. Beckham. And the referee brings it to a close. Santos have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Mbappe taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Thrilling, nail-biting perhaps.